God is one, three persons.
Yes.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
They have their roles. The Son even submits to the Father, even though he's co-equal. The Spirit submits to the Father and the Son, but they're co-equal. They work in perfect harmony.
That
they
doesn't
talk
sound
to
like
one
equal
another.
to me.
Pardon me?
That doesn't sound like equal to me. If they both submit to the Father, then...
That's probably because you think submission is a derogatory thing, but it's not in God's economy. To submit doesn't mean you're lesser. For instance, I presume you submit to your professors, correct?
I think we're equals.
In what regard?
I'm there to learn. They're there to teach.
Okay, but
so we're there for
who's in charge?
We're there for the same goal.
Who's got the authority?
Professor leads the lesson. The professor leads the lesson, and I'm there to learn from the lesson.
Okay, your parents,
Okay.
they exercised authority over you.
Sure.
But I don't think you'd think you're less than your parents,
No, I don't.
right? A child submits to the teacher. The student submits to the teacher. And that doesn't mean that the student is less. It just is a role issue, which is why women shouldn't be annoyed by this idea of submitting to husbands, because it doesn't mean it's a lesser role. It's how things work. If somebody doesn't submit and everybody's running the place, that's anarchy. Somebody has to submit, otherwise things don't work. And the reason that it works that way on earth is because that's the way it works in heaven. Earth is a bit of a mirrored reflection of heaven.
Okay.
The Son submits. He's not lesser than. It's clear. He called himself I am. He made it plain that he is God. He's not lesser, but he submits because that's the way things work. Because if everybody's telling everybody what to do and nobody's doing anything, nothing ever gets done. And that's the same thing on this earth. Submission is not inferiority. Submission is just the roles that God ascribes and assigns to us for human flourishing. So submission isn't a bad thing.
What?
You're going to want your kids to submit to you, right?
No, I want my kids to learn.
But
I can learn from my kids.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
I promise you, Brett, you're going to want them to submit. You
No,
don't want them to run into the street. You don't want them to just eat candy for 3 meals a day.
But I don't view that as submission.
Okay.
I would view submission as forcing them to stay in their room and do nothing. I think that I view submission as a restriction of freedom.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fair in your eyes,
Well,
but I view submission as a restriction of freedom. Is that what you think?
I wouldn't argue with that.
Okay.
But a kid isn't free to do whatever he wants.
In his mind, he sure is.
You're right, but his mind is wrong. Right? It needs
But
educating.
his mind is wrong only from an adult perspective.
Well, that kind of presents a different issue. All right?
I don't think it does.
Well, what's right? What's wrong? What's an adult perspective? What is truth?
what do you think truth is? I mean, what do you think that the definition of truth?
I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah. There's a reason you're on the podium.
Well, no, it's because I'm a Christian.
Right.
And Jesus himself said, I am the way, the truth, the life.
Right.
He's the truth. What's truth? Truth isn't an abstract. Truth is embodied in God. God is truth. God does not write laws and somehow adhere to the standard. God is the standard. God is righteousness. God is holiness. He doesn't define it and then attain it. He is it. And he tells us through his word what is truth. And here's the truth. Can we agree that we really are bad people? Can we agree on that?
Sure.
All right. Can we agree that if God is just and holy in righteousness, that it would be right for him to punish lawbreakers? Can we agree?
Do they all deserve the same punishment?
Let's just keep this simple.
Yeah, sure. You know, if you break the law, then you deserve punishment. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So you and I deserve God's punishment. All right. Here's what you need. Here's what I'd encourage you to think about today.
Okay.
Jesus wants to save you from your God problem.
Right.
He wants to save you from the wrath that is to come. He took your beating for you. All right? That's a demonstration of love. Nobody's been that kind to you, ever. Your God is the kindest being in the universe, and he offers you grace and mercy today. And I would suggest to you, if you perhaps study the issue a little bit deeper, maybe not listen to some academia, not listen to pseudoscientific theories about origins, and you listen to your conscience, you hear the gospel of Jesus Christ saying, your conscience can be cleansed. And if you study the Bible to see the Bible is about one story, your redemption through Jesus Christ, you'll conclude it is a true book and it is worth staking my life on. So, here's how we part today, Brad.
Okay.
I just want to beg you, you don't have to, but I'm asking you, would you please either reject this offer or receive it? Don't just go, well, that was nice, that was interesting. He had some, well, it's true for him. It is either false and frankly crackpotish, or it's true. Make a conclusion today. Don't live in the realm of whatever. Decide about the claim of Jesus Christ, who says to you this day that he is the way, the truth, and the life.